Alright, what's going down, guys? My name's Kevin, and today you're watching me play some Team Deathmatch on the map WMD. I'm using the Ak-47 with the dual mags and the Python with the stub nose. So if you guys are wondering why I'm using these attachments, I prefer the dual mag because of the extra ammunition and the faster reload. Yet I choose the perk Sleight of Hand just because it makes me feel a lot more confident in my gunfights when I can lock on quick. And also, I don't get caught with my pants down too often because of that extra little boost I get with the Sleight of Hand Pro. But so yeah, I'm using the dual mag attachment. My sidearm Python with the stub nose. I like the stub nose because I really do like the spam feeling you get with the pistol. And when I'm not using the stub nose, you kind of have to wait a little bit longer, or else your shot goes way off, kind of like a Modern Warfare 2 Desert Eagle, which that gun was not good. So before you say, oh my god, this guy's a noob, he uses stub nose, that decreases damage, so I'm right, you're wrong, you're terrible. That's just a personal preference. If it's in the game, it probably has some use, so just be open to those sorts of things. So I'm using the stun grenade this game, the Semtex, and the motion sensor. I use the stun grenade just because of the quick release, and I can just get him out of the way without thinking about it. I like the Semtex because, of course, it sticks to people, and you can put it back in your pocket if you don't like where you're going to throw it. And last but not least, the motion sensor. And I use the motion sensor because, unlike the Claymore, I kind of group the Claymore and the motion sensor in the same category. They both are used for defense more. Unlike, boy, the other stuff isn't really coming to mind. The other equipment, I haven't been playing this game very much. But those are kind of the more defensive two equipments that people would select. Claymore works once, get a kill, that's it. Motion sensor, you can put it in a corner where no one else would notice, unless they have hacker, of course. But and then it's working for you until someone else destroys it, which I find much more useful. And I think this game, I plan it in the second story house, and a neat little trick you can do is to plan it, of course, plan it in obscure corners that aren't, like obscure corners that are near the center of the map, if that makes any sense. But you want to put it in places where there's two stories, that way you get kind of double the effect. You cover double the range, that way if someone is in the bottom or top story, you get to see them. So the map WMD, I really like this map, but at the same time, it's definitely a challenge for me, because when I play Call of Duty, the first thing I like to do is run around, check things out, see how the other team's playing. But in WMD, you're going to get your ass whooped if you're running in the middle of the map. Even, it's kind of ironic here as I run through the middle of the map. That definitely wasn't smart on my part, and I get smoked for it. So if you guys do want a little game plan to play in WMD, you hear me say don't camp, don't run in the middle, well, what can I do? A good tactic is just to run around do laps around the map. And the reasoning for that is if you keep your back to the map, then no one's going to be shooting you in the back. That's pretty obvious. And you're keeping everything in front of you, which, if you guys ever hear people talk about sports, specifically something like football, they say, oh, you always want to keep your man in front of you. You know, same thing goes for basketball and stuff like that. I approach TDM a little bit differently than I would approach a game like Demolition or Domination, because in those game modes, your KD doesn't necessarily matter, but what does matter is throwing yourself on the flag or planting the bomb and getting the win. When in Team Deathmatch, it's just about the complete opposite. Your KD is all that matters, and doing what you can to get a high KD is definitely necessary. So if something I say or something I just talk about in this commentary just doesn't float with you, go ahead and express yourself in the comments section. Just talk about what works for you in Team Deathmatch, because I know everyone plays differently. So your playstyle might not fit the whole sneaking around the map and doing your thing. You might be kind of the guy who just likes to post up in one place the whole game, and if you can pull a good KD doing that, then, you know, by all means, you might get a little hate for doing it, but, you know, everyone paid the same amount of money for this game, so go ahead and do what you want. I'm not going to complain too much about that. So I get MLG, Beastly, Second Chance Pro, killed, game-winning kill cam. That's the end of this game, so if you enjoyed the commentary, feel free to check out my channel. There'll be a link to it in the description of the video, and it should pop up on the screen. If not, oh well. Alright, bye.